Why did he make the lake?
Yeah, why did Grandpa make the lake? Any idea?
Well, he owned the property, so I guess he thought we needed a lake. It was in a good place.
Yeah,
Well, big stream coming down
yeah,
like it used to. This stream quit 6 years ago.
yeah.
Yeah,
And this one,
Mother never thought much about anything.
did she ever go up there and see it?
Oh yeah, she got up there a couple of times.
Did she ever see it being made when you guys made the dam?
I don't know. Because Willard and I guess we had to drive with Frank. I know we helped build that house that Brian's got,
Yeah,
and Frank and McGlinchey built the house that Lucy's in.
Hmm.
How difficult was the work?
yeah.
Backbreaking. You mean for building the dam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it took 6 months to build it?
Well, it took all that summer to build it,
Yeah,
but we didn't build it as high as it is.
yeah,
We had to finish it this following summer.
right. Oh,
Where did you eat that summer?
or what did you eat? Yeah, what did you guys eat when you guys were up there?
Oh, Frank used to just go buy food down at the store and cook it. We never really went anywhere and ate anything.
Yeah.
We ate it all there at the house.
Was there a stove there?
Snow?
No, a stove, like a gas stove to cook on
Oh,
in that old shack?
I don't think we didn't have any gas.
No.
I think we burnt wood.
So you had a wood stove in there?
Yeah.
Huh.
Wasn't that the stove that's in Lucy's house?
I don't know.
That's a wood stove in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what we used.
Okay.
Drink beer? No.
No beer up there?
I didn't get any beer. Where was the outhouse?
Yeah, where was...
That was up there by the garage.
Really? I never saw it.
Let's see, huh? Yeah, it was out there by the garage because the garage wasn't there. The garage was down where the swings are.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember when we moved it. They used that big stump puller to move it.
Yeah,
We had to crank on that big handle.
yeah. We called that the stump puller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you had an outhouse. I never saw an outhouse. So,
Let's see, what the heck happened to that outhouse? I guess we had to move the garage from that place down there where the swings are up to there, and I guess that's where the outhouse was.
yeah.
So it got tore down.
Huh. Here's a question. This one right here.
Where did you put your trash?
Yeah.
We burnt everything. We burnt anything that would burn, and the rest of it, I think we just threw it over the hill.
Yeah, like bottles and cans.
No, that stuff got hauled all the way down to San Bernardino.
Hmm.
Every time he'd go down.
Did you guys bury trash? Dig a hole and bury it?
We might have dug a hole and buried some of it,
Yeah,
burnt what we could burn and bury the rest.
yeah.
And after Willard got hurt, well, Dad took him down to the doctor.
Where?
When?
Where? In San Bernardino?
Oh, yeah, it's San Bernardino.
Oh. Yeah,
And he, let's see, what the heck did he do? I think the doctor bound him up with a bunch of tape
yeah.
around, and Dad brought him back up.
The same day?
Yeah.
Gee. But he's really badly...
Well, he cracked the wing of a vertebrae,
Yeah.
and he didn't do any work. He just brought him back up, and he just loafed for a few days.
But he has a big scar. It seems like he was pretty badly
Well, that's
hurt.
something else.
Really? He had a big scar on his
That was when he was a kid,
Oh.
about he was probably about eight years old.
Oh.
He was riding a bicycle down on 6th Street near
Yeah.
La Brea, and a car hit him.
Oh.
I don't know what happened. I didn't see it, but I remember I heard the screeching of tires and went out, and the bicycle was laying there, and he was laying on one side of the street.
Oh.
The car was there. The headlight hit him in the stomach.
Oh.
They had headlights
Yeah.
on a bar on cars in those days. So we got him to the hospital, up to Cass and Dickey, and they got him over to the hospital on Temple Street.
Huh.
Opened him up and sewed him up.
Oh, here's a question.
What else was there?
That one.
Where was the shower?
Yeah.
We took a bath in the creek.
Oh. That's what I thought you would do.
Yeah. Mosquitoes.
Yeah, did you have mosquitoes? Or ticks or...
I don't remember any mosquitoes or ticks.
It seems like there would be mosquitoes, but maybe they didn't come up till later. I don't know.
Well, the mosquitoes had to have a pond.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't mate in moving water.
Oh.
So I don't think we ever really bothered with my mosquitoes.
Huh. How about those deer flies? You know those big deer flies?
Deer flies,
Yeah.
we might have had them. No ticks.
No ticks.
No, Mom and Dad never, or Mary and Mom never came up.
So we...
I don't remember when they came up. Probably when might have been finished. Dad brought them up to see it, but they never came up until there was a house or something for them to stay in.
Yeah, Mary said that she wasn't allowed to come up. I don't know why, but...
I don't know who. I guess Mom didn't want her up there.
Yeah.
Who helped build the dam?
Yeah.
Willard and me. And let's see, Jack Frost.
Jack Frost? I'll write that
Yeah,
down.
Jack Frost. And what the heck was that other guy's name?
Harry? Did Harry Bear?
No,
Oh.
that was the other guy that friend of Jack Frost. I'll think of it later.
Yeah. Well, if you think of it, we'll write it down or something.
We never saw any bear. Saw deer all the time.
Yeah.
Gopher snakes. No mountain lions.
Yeah. Rattlesnakes.
Rattlesnakes.
Yeah.
And the non-poisonous snakes.
Yeah.
And we went to L.A. probably once every 2 weeks or so. Willard and I.
Oh, okay.
We'd go down to L.A. to get our clothes washed and have something to eat
Yeah.
for one day and then come back the next day.
Huh.
How much steel reinforcements in the dam?
Yeah.
There's a lot of steel, but it's not in the way of reinforcement. If we found any body parts, frame, there's a Model A frame
Really?
stuck in the first 10 feet, I think it is.
Gee.
You know what a frame is? Just a two rails and two cross pieces
Yeah.
and bumpers, junk steel, anything we could find, we'd throw in it.
So there's no rebar or no
No,
nothing like that.
we put that pipe with the door on it in there, but
Yeah.
no reinforcing of any kind. They just set it in there and poured cement around it.
Huh.
How much steel reinforcement?
Yeah, I always wondered if there was any steel in there.
Yeah, it's in there, but not in the form of reinforcement. Any piece of anything in the way of steel, we just throw it in and pour more cement on it.
Yeah.
The boards, you know how we built it was we had boards all nailed together,
Yeah.
and one on each backside and front side, and then we had a lot of baling wire, and we'd put them together, put something in between it, and then take this wire and put through it and double like that, and then twist it.
Yeah.
That would hold the boards together.
Did they ever blow out when you poured the cement in?
No, the last bit of cement we put in there, we put the boards against it about a foot, and then it'd be open
Yeah.
up about 3 feet. And then we'd have to take when we got up where we couldn't go out straight, we had to start pushing wheelbarrows of cement up an incline and then pour it in.
Yeah.
That got pretty hefty.
Yeah.
We had to lengthen the board out longer so it wouldn't be so steep and go up and pour the cement.
Yeah.
That's where Willard fell off.
Uh-huh.
When it got up to the second steep incline, he threw the wheelbarrow up and it didn't make it. And it came back and he foot over the dam,
Gee.
trying to keep it from falling.
Oh.
What's falling apart in here?
I don't know, something. The house is falling apart. And then the wheelbarrow fell on top of him.
Yeah, he didn't get it thrown away. It came back and whacked him in the back.
Huh. Did it ever rain up there when you guys were working? Thunderstorms or?
Yeah, we had a couple of rainstorms. So we'd just go hide under a tree or something and wait till it was over.
Yeah.
My cousin Clinton came up. with his dad, Uncle Clinton, to see what we were doing. That's when the dam was probably up about 15 feet.
Hmm.
And my cousin Clinton decided he was going to help us, Willard and I, mix cement in that cement mixer.
Yeah.
So I guess they came up in the morning. We hadn't got the cement mixer going yet. And he looked inside and he saw cement, some little bits of it stuck inside the drum of the mixer. So there was a big hammer over there with a big heavy 10-pound hammer on it.
Yeah.
He took the damn thing and went over and hit the barrel on one side trying to knock the concrete loose.
Yeah.
He hit it so hard the wheelbarrow went out around. And we had to turn it back up and have it hit it again, try to straighten it out. It never got straightened out. So it always went off balance. How long did that take? Well, we only went up halfway or so when the winter come along, so we had to quit. Then we finished it the following summer, which would be like 46 and 47.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was all done in one summer.
I've forgotten when. I think the hole was put in on the second year with that whole steel tube.
Those small ones, they're about this big.
No, that was a drain at the bottom.
Oh.
That eventually got filled up with cement. And the big one with the door on it,
Yeah, that was 73.
that was second year.
Do you know anything about fish, a thing called fishways or fish tubes?
Fish?
Yeah, because Grandpa had these drawings of these fish tubes that went around or under the lake or under the dam, so the fish could go
Oh,
upstream. You know anything about that?
yeah. That's a law
Yeah.
that had to have a place for the fish to swim upstream.
But I never saw anything like that. Did he ever start building one?
Well, there was a hole at the very bottom when we were building it, because that's where the water had to run through.
Yeah. I think I've seen that.
It's plugged up now, but
Yeah.
for the fish to go, a fish ladder.
Yeah, fish ladders. He called them fish tubes or fish ladders.
Yeah, I called it a fish ladder, and the fish and game people said we had to have a place for the fish to swim upstream.
Yeah.
I think we built a wooden ladder, and that disappeared.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was over on the far side.
It seems like the tube underneath the dam would work better. But I don't know if you need lots of water to keep that running.
You've been down where you can see a smaller hole below the big hole.
Yeah, it's right near the rocks. It's
Yeah.
pretty big. Maybe that was it.
That was probably it. Either that or we had to have a drain in case it was a rain while we're building it.
Yeah.
And we did have one storm that took off a little bit of the top of the cement when we were up about halfway.
Oh. You mean after you poured it, the rain washed it out?
Made kind of it was flat but soft
Yeah.
cement, and it was still soft enough when the rain came to wash off some of it.
Yeah.
Richard, have some of this apple butter Scott brought on bread with your coffee. He doesn't have the common sense to eat.
You have a spoon or a knife or something?
I'll get it.
Yeah, Melody
This
made
your
this.
lunch?
Well, that's your dessert. There.
Oh,
He doesn't eat. We almost starved to death.
Mel's apple butter.
Yeah,
We
Melody made
almost
it.
starved to death in that heat wave. I couldn't walk in the sun,
I know, it was hot.
and he couldn't think. So we did graham crackers and milk,
There's nothing in your freezer you could thaw out or something?
plum jam.
Yeah, I used to survive on graham crackers. Bread.
There's not much.
Yeah.
And I couldn't cook. I can't see to put the bacon down. Is that coffee?
Yeah.
Good.
Melody bought a coffee maker at a yard sale for $1. So when Dawn was there, we made coffee. We don't drink coffee.
I thought you did kind of.
Well, once in a while it's sort of fun. But not usually.
I thought you did. Somebody.
It's just fun once in a while.
This is good bread. You can eat the junk bread. I'm going to eat the good bread with some.
Yeah, have some of that apple butter.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Here, want me to pass it in there?
No, I'm coming back.
Okay.
Dad had some business a couple of times to attend to, so he'd leave us there and we'd work by ourselves for one day. He'd go down and do his business.
Yeah.
You know, Grandpa had a girlfriend, didn't you?
Yeah, we saw her one night. Remember we went to see fireworks in Lake Arrowhead?
Oh, really?
And we, all of us, the whole family, and there she was, right parked right next to us. And that's how I found out. I don't know about anybody else.
I can hardly wait to have one.
No, it's not worth the trouble.
Somebody to work.
Yeah.
Somebody to shop. Somebody to clean.
See, that's why I actually wrote these down so I could remember them better. And you just read them.
Yeah, that's good. Is
Yeah,
that the
wh-
spoon you use right there?
One question was, did you ever go up when they were making the dam?
Well, we used to take supplies up
So you did go up?
before we were dating, when we were dating. See, I met your dad we were married in 49, or is that when Laurie was born?
I don't know.
47, we were married. And I went with him for 2 years before that, out of high school. We took supplies up.
Hmm.
And that's when I met this guy with the buttermilk. And I've learned to drink buttermilk. There was a man who drank, what was his name, Richard? That man that drank buttermilk.
Who was the guy that drank buttermilk? Did he work on the dam or was he just
Yeah, he was the one of the Frank's friends.
Jack Frost? He can't think of all the names of the
Oh,
people.
Jack Frost died, you know,
Who else was up there? I was trying to
but
write
Speed
them.
Herd.
Oh, Speed was?
Mm-hmm.
Speed Hurd?
Yeah.
H-U-R-D.
Well, his name was Howard Hurd.
Yeah, Howard, yeah. I only knew him as Speed.
He's dead.
And Harry Bear, did Harry Bear work
Harry
on?
Bear might have, yeah.
Maybe.
And maybe Jack Bear.
No,
No,
no Jack.
but Harry.
He never came out, just Harry.
Okay. Yeah, I wrote down Speed Hurd.
Yeah, let's see.
Howard,
Did
Howard Hurd, Speed.
Bud Szymanski? I don't think so.
No,
No.
Oh, bud.
Jack Frost, yeah.
Because
Did Russell? Did Charlie Russell?
no.
I don't think so. Those were the big shots with all the money.
they didn't want to work.
They had money.
So who was the guy that drank the buttermilk?
You know that man who drank the buttermilk, Richard? I don't think of it, Blackie or who used to drink the butter? I'm gonna have some right now. I'm so dying.
What do you think his name was?
It was old Codger, all those guys. Do you remember Wiley? Wiley was a caretaker.
Oh, yeah. Was that his last name? Didn't he have a wife?
I'm reading. Yeah, she was nice and he was lousy.
Yeah, he was a mean guy.
Yeah, swore and flirted with the girls and all that. Bill Spann worked on the dam.
But later on, not when we did the top of the dam, the 3 feet on top.
And he was caretaker one time. too.
Yeah, he told me he did something like. But that was later on.
Who was that guy that drank the buttermilk, Richard? An old man, no young man, one of Frank's dumb friends. Frank was not a good judge of character, you know that? Remember he had that caretaker who stole the bell? The big, famous, wonderful...
I remember a bell, but I don't remember who it was.
He stole it. He lived in Lucy's cabin before
I remember
Randy
somebody.
got it, and they were stealing everything they could.
I don't remember.
A man and woman, young. But this other man who drank the buttermilk was older, like, I don't know.
So did you
You
guys?
don't like buttermilk, do you?
Oh, I do once in a while.
You know it's very good for your stomach?
Did you guys ever meet Carlock, the guy who sold Grandpa?
No, I never did.
Yeah, I know him.
But you knew the real estate man who worked for Frank
Carlock.
upstream with that
Oh,
nice
McGlinchey?
house. McGlinchey.
Yeah, I knew
He
McGlinchey.
was some kind of a bum.
No, he was not. And his wife's name was Vivian.
Yeah, I have some papers that show her name.
Vivian and her, and they were over in Arrow Bear.
Yeah, they bought the land in like '29 or something.
Yeah.
And then-
You know who knows a lot of this stuff too is Peter. He's picked up a lot of through his
Right.
dealings with real estate. Dave Davis, you know that man? Dave Davis, you ought to have that written down, bought a tremendous amount of land, part of Simone's. Guess what? The woman who's bought next to Lucy, Frank's little cabin,
Yeah.
her name's Nancy. She's on a war pass because somebody brought a trailer up and said he owns the whole mountain.
Right. I talked to someone.
What is this? I have it written
forgotten
down.
his name.
Tim.
Yeah.
Tim.
I met him.
He's black.
Yeah, Tim. He says he owns a big section, and he put that trailer there, and they're trying to get him to get it out of there.
You're not allowed to have trailers.
And the registration's expired. I looked at it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they have to take it out.
Well, anyway, she doesn't want this big thing of land development built on. He'll never get a chance. The planning commission would never let him build that whole mountain full of houses.
You know, I met him last summer.
How did you meet him? Or you did?
He was up there camping with his kids, and he told me he was never going to build anything up there. He said he just wants to keep it just like it is. And then I heard he wants to build something.
Yeah, and she's having a fit.
And Peter knows about it.
Yeah, Peter knows about it.
Gee.
And I said, "Oh no, he doesn't own that whole mountain. We bought the down at the corner
Yeah.
where Lucy's garden is. And we thought we owned farther over where
Mhm.
Frank built, but we were wrong. But we own behind the garage. There's a strip, and then I have a map to show you.
Yeah.
It's maybe 4 acres or 5 acres of that mountain.
Oh, really?
To protect the lake, I bought that.
But doesn't that Tim own some little piece up there? He
He
said.
owns next to her. Actually, Frank because of this huge rock,
Yeah.
he put the fence on the bad side of the rock, and she said he owns it. And he's planting a bill right next to her, right along the road, and then, well, I think he's full of baloney.
Yeah, I think so too.
Who has the money? And she thinks he got the land by, okay, have we always called it Simone?
Yeah.
Guess what she's calling it? And we went to this party at Marion Delamore's daughter has a party, had a party.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was talking about Simone.
Simone.
Oh, no, it's not Simone. It's Simon now. I said, oh, no way.
Wow.
That has never been.
His name was Simone.
What nationality do you think he was? I think they were.
Italian? Is he Italian?
That's what mostly people think.
It seems
But
like he was.
anyway, did you like that black man?
I did at first,
Oh,
but then
she hates
when
him.
I found out that he's
He lied.
being deceptive, yeah.
Yeah. No, you're really not allowed to put trailers there and live on them.
Well, you can't just
There's no
park on
plumbing.
a street. It's a street.
Well,
can't-
you can't anyway, even on your
Yeah.
own land.
I had a question. How do you spell Elchard, as in Elchard?
Elchard.
C. Yeah, that's what I thought. H-A-R-D.
His first name was Elchard.
It's Elchard. I thought.
Elchard what?
Calkins.
Calkins, yeah, Elchard. Yeah, that's it.
I wrote it down in a thing I got, and I wasn't
You
sure.
know, Ellie and Elchard, it was really Ellie. She was always a troublemaker. That lake didn't used to be fenced. And when Frank fenced it, everybody went mad, especially Elchard.
Elchard, right.
Not him, her.
Oh, it was her. He told me a story that he was mad at Frank
Well, he
because there
was
used to be
mad.
a fishing hole down there.
Yes, because of. But she was always. She's just turned 90.
Gee.
Anyway, see, I take over the conversation.
That's okay. It's all stories. I'm just trying to get
I
stories.
just wanted some of these names. Who was that man with the buttermilk?
You're gonna be thinking about that for a week.
It drives me crazy.
The guy with the buttermilk. Well, if you think of it, write me a letter.
Blackie. Richard would know if he heard think about it.
Yeah.
I've got to get rid of this grease. My trouble is, I don't focus on one thing. I focus on 10.
Yeah.
All at the same time. Oh, Wiley
Wiley.
drank the buttermilk.
But did he help build the dam?
Yeah, he was always doing something, bringing supplies up or something. Richard knows Wiley.
What's his whole name? Wiley.
I don't know, just Wiley. Another one of my dad's cronies.
He had a lot of women.
That's what my mother always called him. He'd pick up guys to help do things.
Yeah.
She was a salesman.
I had to work with Wiley. You know Mint Canyon out towards Palmdale,
Yeah.
where I dug a well out there? That's where Wiley helped.
Wiley.
Yeah, I was saying Blackie.
I'd dig the hole and put the dirt in a bucket and he would pull it up and dump it.
Wiley.
Wiley Coyote.
Yeah, this is good. I like apple butter.
Which one is off?
To dig that damn hole. And I had to be in the bottom digging the hole and fill all the dirt in the bucket. Wiley'd pick it up and dump it. Trying to find water.
So how did you guys blow up those rocks at the dam? You had to dynamite
Do what?
at the dam. Did you have to blow up the rocks to get down to the
We used dynamite.
yeah?
Yeah.
And how did you do that?
Just stick a stick of dynamite under it and light it and get the heck out of there.
Oh,
They had fuses on them about that long,
yeah. That's what I was wondering. How you lit it?
and it would loosen up the boulders.
Yeah.
Then everything went downstream.
Huh.
All the trash.
Probably illegal.
Yeah. Maybe.
People said, how come Frank did this and Frank did that? Well, in those days, we didn't have all these these codes now they have. Codes and permits and the whole thing. So like Lucy's cabin. You can throw up a shack and live in it in the old days.
Hmm.
Nowadays you can't do that. You have to have permits.
Huh.
Things are.
Yeah,
Then
the garage. Yeah.
towed it with that spool of cable,
Yeah.
pulled it little by little up where it is now.
I remember that. Not the house though. The house was built where it is. Never moved.
Well, I've got some photos. It's hard to tell.
No, Scott.
It looks like the cabin, her cabin's right next to the clubhouse, and then they moved it.
No, the cabin was never moved.
Hmm.
Did you ask Willard and Mary?
No, I haven't asked them. I should ask Willard. I know. I have a question. Do you know who was in the Deep Creek Lake Club?
Oh yeah, I've got bunch of names. Boris. Did you hear about Boris?
He died?
No, his grandson used to come up and use the cabin. The grandson died.
Oh, that's
and
right.
he's so shooken up about it, he sold it.
That's right. I met the guy who bought it. He,
He's gay.
no,
I heard he was gay.
he goes with that girl Heidi.
No, he's rented it to Heidi's boyfriend.
Oh, okay. So, can you name people who were in the Deep Creek Lake Club?
Well-
Boris's,
Boris is first. Boris and Joris, both.
Joris.
Joris is the top.
Were the Calkins ever part of it?
I think so. They were always bitching though.
Anybody else? In, you know the Deep Creek Lake Club?
A club?
Yeah, the Deep Creek Lake Club. Who was in that? Remember who was part of it? The Joris's?
I suppose.
Boris.
Voorhees.
Annie might know.
Yeah, I had my note.
Voorhees and Joris.
Oikos, none of them.
No, not that one was.
Oikos used to come over to your cabin and try to spy on you. I hated him.
I can't think of any other people.
Oh, there's people up to the right. Lucy wouldn't remember. A couple with some children, and she has red hair. I hear she's died. Ashley, or what was her name?
Well, I've got this photograph, and it says Deep Creek Lake Club, and there's always people,
Yeah.
and I don't know who most of them are.
See, I was pretty young, and I didn't care much about those people.
And they looked old, even
Oh,
the photograph.
you know, the one that danced, always had danced by back of the clubhouse. You know, he lived down Sunny and,
Sunny and Herb Street.
yeah, you know, that man, what's that funny man?
The guy that used to walk a lot? Not them.
No,
No.
never later.
Hmm. If I had the photograph, I could show you and you could see.
Yeah. Sonny and Herb knew, because they were at the party and we were talking about it.
Oh,
You should talk to them.
yeah. 20th,
This is
Monday.
Write down Scott was here.
September.
I'll write it down.
Hmm?
Yeah, it's September. That's where.
20.
Yeah. Yeah, you can write down that I was here today.
Boy, what happened to all the nothing here, nothing there.
Because you won't write anything down like you're supposed to. The trouble in this house, Scott, is I can't believe Richard is as dumb as he is.
What do we call this?
And he
Research?
can't believe that
Yeah.
I can't see. You interrupted me, Richard. I can't believe he can be so dumb as to starve himself. He will not eat. Is that part of Alzheimer's, that your stomach doesn't tell you you're hungry?
Yeah, you're probably hungry, you just don't remember.
We were starving here, Maggie Way.
Okay, anything else I can think about here?
Oh, we got up to where all the junk, steel we could find thrown in the dam.
Yeah.
Um,
Did he ever stock the lake with fish?
we had to jackhammer a hole in that dam to put that overflow or tube in.
Yeah, I remember that. I think Randy ran the jackhammer.
That was a tough job.
Did Willard tell you about when he fell over the dam and with a wheelbarrow?
I have a thing that he wrote. It's on that paper, you can read it. That's all I have of him. And then Dad told me something.
You can't believe me, Jack.
Well, you know how Willard has that scar? You see Willard's big scar? He used to show us all the time. Dad said that's from when he was a kid. He got hit on a bike.
Larchmont Landis department store had a bit nice business. One of their kids hit Willard. Nowadays they would have sued him and got a lot of money.
And that's where the big scar is from?
That's part of one.
I was never sure.
He was in that. And your dad was talking about he was ran over by what, Richard?
Dad was?
Richard?
Did you ever get run over by something as a kid? As a kid? Did you ever get run over by a car when you were a kid?
Yeah. That was up at Hollywood Boulevard and what the heck's the name of those cross streets? That's when we lived up there, Hollywood.
Highland?
No.
We lived on Camaro Street, and I had to walk to grammar school.
You remember Hugh Hauser?
Yeah.
Did you ever see that thing he has of that hill that they ride the bikes?
No, I haven't seen that one.
Well, he lived near there.
Oh, I didn't know that. Camaro? He said Camaro Street.
Yeah. We ought to go there and see that. I've always wanted to see that hill.
Yeah.
It's a steep hill.
Well, anyway,
Boy,
it was. He used to walk to school. Go ahead, tell your story about walking to school in some truck.
we had all these little carts you push back and forth
Yeah.
on a steering handle.
Yeah.
We called it an Irish mail.
Hmm.
I don't know why. But this hill was just steep as all get out, Camaro Street. So we'd take the darn thing up part way, turn around and sit on it,
Yeah.
and come down the hill. That thing would just be going
Well, that
back
isn't.
and forth.
That isn't when you got hit with a truck. You were going to kindergarten, and in our days, we took our children into kindergarten. He was alone going to that street on Vermont and Hollywood Boulevard.
Hmm.
And that's where that hill is, up in there somewhere. And that's when you got hit by a truck, Richard. Is that right or not? You were going
Yeah.
to kindergarten?
Kindergarten, yeah. They walked me a few times to school, and then they figured I knew,
Yeah.
so I walked to school, and I got to this one street that I had to cross, and I started walking across, and a big truck with one of those cement
Yeah.
barrels going around hit me. I was just high enough for the bumper to hit me in the back of the head on the right side. Knocked me down. Their truck rolled on over me. They got it stopped. They all came to the back of the truck and pulled me out. You know, the tires didn't hit me.
Oh.
I just laid there.
Oh, okay.
They took me over to the drugstore and got me ice cream cone. And then somebody, I don't know, it was an ambulance or somebody, came with a whole bunch of blankets that were hot,
Yeah.
soaked in hot water, put them on the back of my head. Then they'd put a cold one on. Then they'd put
First
a hot
time I
one on.
heard that.
Yeah.
That's
Huh.
the first time I heard that.
And then did you go to school after that?
Yeah, the sore went down. I've forgotten whether I continued on to school or went home.
Yeah.
I know my mother, somebody went and got my mother, which was only a block away.
Yeah.
I don't remember whether I went on to school or what. I know I went to school the next day. But all it did was the bumper just hit me enough to knock me down and pass over me.
Yeah. Hmm.
What the heck was the name of that school? It's still up there. A grammar school. Huh. That's up there where that junction is, Sunset and Hollywood and the street that comes down. I don't think it's Vermont, it's some other name.
It's not Coenga. Is it Coenga?
No,
Coenga?
that's right up here. This is way over where Sunset goes up and then turns.
Oh, I don't know that area very well. It's past Western, way down there.
No. Let's see, was it past Western? Yeah, that'd be east of Western. Well, anyhow, I got into the drugstore and they gave me an ice cream cone, and I don't know where the heck they got these blankets with hot water,
Yeah.
and then put them on the back of my head.
Huh.
I don't remember whether I went on to school or went home, but when I went home, I went to school the next day.
Oh, here's a question. I don't know if we answered it. It's this one. Where'd you guys sleep on? At the shack there?
Blankets.
You didn't have beds or mattresses or something?
I think there might have been one or two old mattresses.
Yeah.
I think we mostly slept on some darn old blankets.
Huh.
What else you got?
Well, whatever you can think of. I think we looked at all of those.
Where'd we put our trash?
Yeah, trash.
Throw it out the window.
And
Yeah, Frank took Willard down to the doctor.
yeah.
Was there a shower or did we swim in the creek?
Well,
Well, there was one shower, but there wasn't anything to swim in.
oh. What else? There was some other question I had. What was it?
The Arrowbear Lake was there. That was built quite a few years before we built our lake.
Huh.
But it wasn't much of a lake because it only got water from one
Yeah.
branch of the river.
Yeah. Did you guys ever go hiking up in the mountains? Did you guys ever hike around?
Simone's Mountain,
Yeah.
yeah, hiked up there. Um,
Did you ever follow the creek down anyway?
yeah. Yeah, we hiked down that creek. But we didn't start from our area. We went down where the highway goes, down where the lumber used to be.
Yeah,
Then we'd hike down from there.
yeah,
That saved you from going over all the rocks
yeah.
and back of Simone's Mountain. We hiked quite a ways down that one time.
How far do you think you got?
In fact, what was that?
How far did you go? Did you get to the?
I think we went down probably about a mile.
Yeah,
But a funny thing is, that friend of mine, Bill Lacey,
yeah,
well, the Lacey family own a real large hunk of property right down where the river goes,
hmm.
where Deep Creek River flows down to, what the heck's the name of that river? It goes on down through Victorville.
Mojave, the Mojave. Yeah,
Mojave River, is it?
yeah,
We hiked part way down there, and then one time I was with Bill Lacey, and he wanted to do some hiking, so we hiked up the creek, that same creek.
from Hesperia down to Hesperia.
Yeah, his family owned about 1,000 acres down there
Huh.
from the town.
Yeah,
What's the name of it?
Hesperia.
No, the other town where the highway goes through.
Victorville,
Victorville, I guess it is, yeah.
Apple Valley, maybe.
They own property which would be like south and north of Victorville. They own about 1,000 acres in there.
Huh. Yeah, Hesperia used to use the water from Deep Creek to water their stuff down there.
Yeah. So I did quite a bit of hiking in there when I worked for the Lacey Oil Tool, because I always had to take, twice I went up the back way with horses,
Uh-huh.
2 horses and the Lacey's 2 daughters, the Lacey family girls,
Hmm.
Mary and Virginia. I had a stake bed truck.
Yeah.
We hauled 2 horses up, and those 2 girls, all the way from downtown LA, from the Lacey Manufacturing, all the way up the back way to Big Bear.
Hmm.
Couldn't come up the front way because it was too long and too hot.
Yeah.
But the desert way in the morning was cool,
Yeah.
so I could drive up the back way. You've been up that back road, haven't you?
Yeah, I think it's Highway
Up to
18.
Baldwin Lake.
Yeah.
So I'd haul them up there, and their house was out there at Baldwin Lake.
Huh.
They had 3 cabins out there, 3 different brothers. Bill Lacey, the old man Bill, and the other guy, he lives over here on near Larchmont, the other cousin.
Yeah. So you rode horses up in Arrow Bear or in Big Bear?
Brought horses up there, and I only did it 2 years. All the furniture for the cabin and the horses,
Hmm.
2 separate hauls,
Yeah.
all the way from the Hollywood Hills up here.
So where did you ride? Where could you ride up there?
Ride?
Yeah, where'd you ride the horses?
Oh, all over Big Bear.
Oh.
You ever hike anywhere from Big Bear?
Yeah, I've hiked up Butler Peak and down.
That's where we used to hike.
Yeah.
Hike up there, and you could look down in the, what is it, Santa Ana River, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Because Mom and I hiked in there couple of times, and then we drove over there and hiked up to that telescope lookout.
Yeah. Yeah, one day I walked up Keller Peak, and then I walked down and walked over to Butler Peak,
Yeah.
and then back home.
The Lacey's owned I think it was about 1,000 acres down there in Victorville. Nothing but sagebrush and snakes.
Yeah, that's a big city now.
Boy. Yeah, they had a place out there in the desert, but nobody would go out there. And I went there once to haul some stuff out of a old shack they had there. Yeah, I worked for the Lacey Oil Tool and Manufacturing. They used to have me driving everywhere. So they had an office, up at Bakersfield.
Hmm.
I worked at the office one year. I dressed oil well cleaning tools.
Hmm.
Did you ever hear that one?
Dressing them?
Oil well cleaning tools are a great big long tube with bristles,
Yeah.
piano steel sticking out. And the other thing was a baler. You put it down in the well, and it had a trap door at the bottom. It would open up when you put it down in.
Yeah.
When you pull it out, it would close. You pull out all the scrapings and scrap and junk that was in there to clean the well out.
Hmm.
I did that up at Bakersfield 2 years. The second year, I got in a fight with the union guys. Boy, they were really something.
So they wanted you to be union?
They wanted me to join the union, and I wouldn't join it.
Yeah.
The second year, I got in a fight with them up there. They came in the office, started throwing things around, and I beat one guy up, and the other one took off.
Hmm.
And then they came with 3 or 4 days later, they came with a truck, and there was a phone there from all the way from L.A., and Mr. Lacey phoned up and says, "Put up all your belongings and get the heck out of there."
Mm-hmm.
So I got out and left. That was the end of that job.
Huh. Well, I think that's all those questions.
Let's see then. After all that fracas, the war come along.
Yeah.
And I worked at Lockheed.
But you didn't get drafted, or you didn't
What?
get drafted into
No.
the Army?
I had to go in for a physical over here in Larchmont.
Yeah.
And I had double hernia in my broken right wrist.
Oh.
Still, the wrist was still pretty stiff at that time.
Huh.
So I got 4F'd,
Yeah.
and I worked at Lockheed. I did welding, and it was the craziest job. But they had these little 1032 nuts that had a little piece of some kind of phenolic junk. So when you screw the nut down, it would go down past that phenolic stuff, and that acted like a binder,
Yeah.
so the nut wouldn't unscrew.
Yeah.
We had to take that stuff out, and then I'd braise silver solder in there on the bolt, because that that phenolic stuff didn't hold in vibrations.
Oh, so you had to
So-
go to each one and do each
I'd
one?
line up a whole bunch of them in a board, sticking up, and then silver braze
Oh,
on top of it. I brought home a lot of that silver. Did you ever see it? They'd get down short enough where you couldn't hold on to them.
yeah.
They'd be about that long. It wasn't pure silver.
Yeah.
They called it something else. But it was a flat ribbon,
Oh, yeah, I've seen those.
about a 32-inch thick
Yeah.
and an 1/8 wide. And you'd keep using it until it got too short and you'd throw it down. I brought a bunch of it home one time, and I guess there's some out in the garage.
Yeah, I think I've seen it. Didn't they mix copper with it or something? They mixed something with it.
It was a mix of silver and copper, I think.
Maybe, yeah.
And that was made to made the silver solder, the nut, once it was put on the whatever it was we were bolting together,
Yeah.
then it couldn't unloosen.
And they couldn't take it off either.
Yeah. And that was about 6 months of that. They hired a woman, a girl, to do it because she knew something about welding, and they got me to help her how to do it perfect.
Yeah.
And I think she was loafing around just so she was with me for a week. I finally told the lead man, "Get her away from me. She knows how. She's just kidding."